Hello, my guys. Welcome to another episode of the Microwave Kicks. Yes, as a world champions, it feels good to be a world champion, right? Congratulations once again to all Chelsea fans. So yes, as a world champion, right? Certain things need to change in your club, all right, for you to maintain that right path, for you to maintain that upward trajectory, for you to maintain the good things already that is really happening in the club right now. Okay, there are some bad eggs that need to leave, there are some fringe players that need to go, there are some new things that actually needs to come into the club. Now let's take a look at today's news concerning Chelsea and see what are those new things that are actually coming and those things that are not needed in Chelsea. Now, according to Matt Law, he says Chelsea will keep trying to sign the best young talents with a view of growing a squad that can ultimately become one of the best and most consistent in Europe, as per the vision set out for co-controlling owner Egbali and sporting director Wayne Stanley and Lawrence Stewart. So what this means in essence is this is the path the owners have chosen. This is how they want to do their business. They kept on saying this over and over again. So this is not the first time, they are saying this. The fact is they will keep signing young players. So Chelsea fans, get used to it. Get used to the new norm. It has been like that for the last 2-3 years. We'll keep signing young players, hoping they develop to become world beaters, hoping they develop to become world-class players and one of the best in the world. And that is what has actually shown. See, at this point, for the fact, if there was any doubts about this project, and maybe the owners were thinking about buying experienced players, you see, winning this Club World Cup has changed everything. They are going to stick with this. They are very stubborn with that fact, and they're going to stick with what they want to do. So tell me what you think. Do you think this is the right way to go? In the comment section. Now let's move quickly. I have so many news. I'm going to touch them 1 minute each, then we'll round up. So now the next news, according to Matt Law, it says Chelsea believe they can build dynasty with their current strategy and give the club the best possible chance to become serial winners, like I just said. Now let's move to the next tweet. It says the expectation within Chelsea for the next season will start with finishing the top 4 again, then consolidating Champions League qualification while demonstrating progress. To me, in as much as according to the format, they said Chelsea believe they can build a dynasty with their current strategy and give the club the best possible chance to become serial winners. So, like I said, they want to continue with this style of recruits, with this style of this strategy, and probably at the end of the day, these players grow together to become the best in the world. Which leads me to the next tweet, which says the expectation within Chelsea is to, like I just read, will start and finish in top 4. So to me, progress is not finishing top 4. Last season, we finished 4th, right? Progress is not maintaining that level. Progress is challenging for the title. You might say it's too early, but trust me, that's what I think. Challenging for the title right now is what matters. Yes, at some point last season, we were challenging. At some point last season, we were almost away from qualifying for the Champions League, but we ended up being in the Champions League at the last day of the season. So this season we should at least challenge to be the best player and the best team in the Premier League, win the Premier League. It is possible we have a good core of players to challenge to be the number 1 and even number 2. So it is possible. And Champions League semi-final, not a bad one, and this club is also good in challenging to win the Champions League as well. So tell me what you think about that. Do you think Chelsea can win the Champions League? Do you think Chelsea can win the Premier League as well? Let me know and share your thoughts in the comments. Also, another tweet also says Enzo Maresca, according to Star State Matlaw, will not be under pressure to deliver the Premier League title, and there is said to be recognition that Chelsea will still have a lot of work to catch up and overtake champions Liverpool, Manchester City and Arsenal. I agree. Don't pressure him. Let him do his job. I'll make a video tomorrow concerning Enzo Maresca's first 1 year in office, and I will explain what he has done right and what he has done wrong tomorrow. But today now, yes, we don't want to pressure him to win the Premier League. I understand that fact. Yes, we are miles away from Arsenal, Manchester City, and Liverpool in terms of their progress. Fine. But we can still challenge. That's what I believe with this team, with what this team has shown in the last 1 year. I believe this team can play any team in this world, and I believe they can do well. You know, it's not an easy feat to win the Club World Cup. It's not an easy feat to win the Conference League and also qualifying for Champions League in the same season, the first season of Enzo Maresca's reign. So it is possible for Chelsea to go all the way. Give this core of players the confidence, not making the mistake of last season of saying we are not in the title race, and that actually demoralized and the morale of those players. So that should not repeat itself, you know, this season. Now moving forward, Chelsea are in talks. That's for some sponsorship news now. Chelsea are in talks with 7 to 10 global companies over a long-term franchise sponsor. The thing is, as world champions, so many deals will be coming in at this point. As world champions, many people want to associate with winners. Many companies want to associate with champions. And Chelsea, being champions who have not had a franchise sponsor for the past 2 years, would be having one this season. And that should be one of the best things to happen to Chelsea, because that's an extra income. And right now, I'm hearing Chelsea are expecting from 60 to 100 million, you know, in franchise sponsorship deal. That is massive. Chelsea is a very big brand around the world. It is known around the world, and we only have to demand, you know, the best of the best when it comes to franchise sponsor. There are talks of Qatar Air, there are talks of Emirates, there are talks of Saudi Airlines, there are talks of so many, you know, people who wants to associate, you know, with Chelsea in their, like, having the franchise sponsor. So I think Chelsea should get the best out of the best and make with them, because being a world champion is not an easy feat, and everybody wants to associate with winners. Now, moving forward to the next story, it said it is understood that Chelsea's victory over PSG in the final is expected to help the club secure a franchise sponsor, like I just said, you know, more than the offers they resisted last year. So I think it's a worth 100 million more than what they resisted last year. I think last year they resisted more than like 40 million thereabouts. But Chelsea, as a big brand, deserves something more than 100 million for this club. Now let's move to the next story concerning Nicolas Jackson. Now, many clubs are keeping an eye on Nicolas Jackson, according to Sky Sports. Many clubs are keeping an eye on Nicolas Jackson's situation, and Manchester United among them. Unai Emery is a long-term admirer. Gave him his debut at Villarreal. AC Milan, you know, keen but gap in valuation. So what this means is 4 clubs are interested in Nicolas Jackson, as Manchester United, Aston Villa, AC Milan, are also interested, and one other club that was not mentioned here is also interested in Jackson. I think it's Juventus or so. But that being said, Manchester United wants to sign or are interested in Jackson. Manchester United fans will not take this lightly with this. You know, Manchester United fans will not be happy with this news, because they see Jackson as a Chelsea reject. They've already gotten one from Chelsea in Mason Mount, and going back to Stamford Bridge to get another player from Chelsea. Remember, the Mason Mount deal has not really worked out over there at Old Trafford. Now, going back to get Jackson is a good player, no doubt. But Manchester United fans will not be happy with this news. I think Chelsea should not do this deal by selling to a direct rival. That's one. Secondly, he's going to play well at Manchester United because it suits the Amorim style. Because Amorim loves a striker who would come in, drop deep, play, have a good hold-up play, come in and play with the midfielders and push forward and all of that. Jackson fits their style of play. Jackson is a player that would, you know, deliver at Manchester United. But is he an immediate fix to Manchester United striking problem currently? That is the question Manchester United fans would not like to even hear at this point, because they want a goal poacher, they want a striker, they want a striker in terms of Victor Osimhen, Victor Gyökeres and all of that. That is what they need over there at Manchester United. As a Chelsea fan, are you happy with letting Nicolas Jackson go over to Manchester United? And if you're a Manchester United, would you be happy to let Nicolas Jackson come over to Old Trafford? Please let me know and share your thoughts in the comment. Now, let's move to the next story. Bayern Munich, according to Johnson Sports, Bayern Munich are interested in Christopher Nkunku and Renato Vega. I've said this over and over again. Bayern Munich are the club that is very, very concrete on this Nkunku's deal. They want him. They are eager to have him. Especially the fact now that Jamal Musiala will be out for 4 to 5 months or 5 to 6 months. They need somebody to come in and hit the ground running immediately. Somebody who understands the German league, and that is Christopher Nkunku for you. That is their go-to man. They bid in January for him, but Chelsea rejected that bid. Now they have to go back and bid again for him. To, he has experience, he has played in the German league, he understands the game, and he will suit their style over there in Germany. While for Viega, he will have suitors, no doubt. Suitors round Europe, because he's a young player. He's less than 22 years old. He's a young player who has played, in the Portuguese national team, who has played in Juventus, who has played in Chelsea. He has a little bit of experience, coupled with the one he had in Basel and also in Sporting. So he's a very good player, very good versatile centre back who can play left back, right back, also in midfield, and also left wing back. So he's a very, very good player. I think Bayern Munich are having a very good player, if they eventually sign Renato Wenger. Now this question remains, will Chelsea quote a very good price for him? Despite, remember, we need to sell players, this summer. So I wish him well if Bayern Munich comes in and gets him over to Germany. Now let's move to the next story quickly. Chelsea players, according to S. Johnson Sport again, Chelsea players being marked on loan to Strasbourg. So these are the list of players that will be going on loan from Chelsea to Strasbourg. Kendrick Pyers, Aaron Anselmino, and Mike Penders. I've spoken about Mike Penders in my previous video. Good deal for him. Go over to Strasbourg, get playing time, stay there 1, 2, 3 years, get enough playing time like what Courtois did at Atletico Madrid. Come back to Chelsea and get your #1 spot. That is the plan for him. Then for Anselmino, he came all the way from Argentina League, I think River Plate or Boca Juniors, thereabouts. I can't really remember. He came all the way from the Argentine League to Chelsea. He has not really gotten time to play. He's still a young player. I think it is time for him to go over to Strasbourg and get playing time. That is just the best route for him, in Europe, in Chelsea, for him to get back, to Chelsea. This is a very good talent, and I think he needs playing time, and he should, go over to Strasbourg. Also, same thing with Kendrick Pyers. Kendrick Pyers started well over in Ecuador, and then he came into the national team, but at some point the game dropped. He was dropped from the national team, from starting 11 and all of that. Now he's a Chelsea player. He just needs to get his feet back. I think that there's a talented player in there in Kendrick Pyers. What he needs to do, go over to Strasbourg and get game time. Let me know what you think about this story as well. Now let's move to the next story. Borussia Dortmund are keen to resign Kane Chukwuemeka on loan with an option to buy, but Chelsea prefer sale, according to that same Johnson Sport. The fact is, Noni wants to sort out his future permanently. Chelsea wants him to go get game time. Chelsea wants to sell, outright sale. That's what Chelsea wants. Chelsea doesn't want this recycling of loans offer anymore. Chelsea wants an outright sale, while Borussia Dortmund wants a loan. I think the best thing for him is just to go on a permanent deal. Chelsea should sell him on a permanent deal. It helps both parties, all right, going forward. I think Chukwuemeka is a very good player, but I don't see that part in him coming back to Chelsea. I don't see that part in him wearing the Chelsea's jersey again. I think he just needs to go sort his future out, get a place where he'll be bought permanently, and you will get to see the best of Chukwuemeka again. I think there's still a talented player in there. So let's move to the next story. Next story concerning Chelsea again. Chelsea, according to Niza Kensela, Chelsea are happy with how the player sales have begun. All right, they will raise almost 80 million when Noni Madueke completes his 52 million move with Arsenal, and Georgi Petrovic finalizes his 52 million switch to Bournemouth. So Chelsea needs to generate so much income this summer, and I think Chelsea will raise up to 300 or 200 million euros this summer, because Sterling will leave, Chilwell will leave, so many players will leave Chelsea, Viega, Nkunku, so many. Chelsea might raise up to 300 million. Now, the sale of Noni Madueke and Petrovic already will raise up to 80 million. So that's a good start for this season. I think it is what it is. We can't question the sporting directors. They know what they did in raising this amount of money for these two players. We can't tell them who to keep and who not to keep at this point. I think they've been doing a good job. Sometimes you just need to trust them. And getting that amount of money for these two players, it's really a good one. It's really a good one. So now to the last story of the day. Christopher Nkunku, Nicolas Jackson, and Trevor Chalobah are among those who will be allowed to leave Chelsea for the right price. But equally, those kind of players could still end up staying. In this list, the only player I want to stay is Trevor Chalobah and Nicolas Jackson. I think during the course of this season, there will be injuries, there will be loss of form, players will be out of depth, players will be fatigued, players will not, you understand? So at this point, you need those squad depths to be in around the squad. But with what Chalobah has done this season, it deserves a spot in that club. It deserves a spot in that, even in that spot starting level, because this guy played fantastic this season. He came into the team and helped Chelsea, even while being away at Crystal Palace. He still came and did well, and Chelsea won 2 trophies thanks to Chalobah, also thanks to his support and his involvement with the team. While for Jackson, there will be injuries, like I said, there will be loss of form, players and all of that. There will be fatigue, too much competition, overload and everything. Chelsea need this kind of player in and around the squad to be a squad player. And it remains for Jackson. Does he really wants to stay, or he wants a move away for champions, for a move away from Chelsea? But let me know what you think concerning this story as well. Do you think Jackson should stay? Do you think Chelsea should keep Chalobah? Why for Nkunku, I think is good, has gone already. But let me know what you think concerning all these stories I've given. Let me know what you think concerning Chelsea transfer. Or if you are new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and always share your thoughts in the comment. We're a family here. Let's build together. So I come your way again next time. I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.